The lights went out at 11:23 p.m. on a Tuesday in February. I know the exact time because I had just looked at my phone. 14 seconds later, the entire neighborhood was dark, and the temperature outside was dropping towards single digits. What I reached for first surprised even me. Not rice, not beans, not anything on the standard list. Drop a comment. What was the first thing you grabbed during your last power outage? Number 7. Canned dal makhani. Day 2. The house was cold enough to see my breath in the kitchen. I had opened 3 different cans looking for something that felt like it had flavor, real flavor, the kind that makes you forget for a moment that nothing is working the way it should. The 4th can was dal makhani, black lentils and kidney beans, slow-cooked with butter, cream, and spices. A dish that takes 8 hours to make from scratch in a real kitchen. From a pull tab can it took 8 seconds. The warmth of the cumin and garam masala hit before the temperature did. Even at room temperature, cold from the cabinet, dal makhani has a richness and depth that registered as warm. Something in the spice profile that convinced the body it had been heated even when it had not. Complete protein from the dual legume base. Fiber, iron. The cream and butter component delivering fat calories alongside the protein in a combination that sustains energy for hours. I had bought it on a whim 3 months earlier from the Indian food section. I went back for 12 more cans the week after the outage ended. 2 to 3 year shelf life. Under $3 per can. That was the moment I stopped buying obvious prepper food. What came next changed the list permanently. Number 6. Canned palak paneer. Day 3. My daughter had stopped asking when the power was coming back. She had moved past the question phase into the quiet phase, the one where children stop verbalizing what they need and start showing it in small ways. Less talking, more staying close. The specific stillness that tells you the situation is landing on them differently than it is landing on you. I opened the palak paneer without much thought. Spinach and cheese in a spiced tomato cream sauce, a dish I had eaten in restaurants but never cooked myself. She ate half the can before I had finished my own food. Something about the green color after 3 days of beige survival food. Something about the mild warmth of the spices that was present without being challenging. Something about the soft paneer cheese that felt like something from a normal meal. Vitamin K from the spinach. Calcium from the paneer. Vitamin A from the creamed spinach base. And the specific visual function I had not anticipated. Green food. Genuinely green. From real spinach, on a plate that had been beige and brown for 3 consecutive days, sends a signal to the brain that variety exists. That the situation is not as narrow as it feels. 2 to 3 year shelf life. Under $3 per can. The green broke 3 days of brown. What came next broke the silence entirely. Number 5. Canned Thai green curry. Day 4. My neighbor knocked around midday. She had been managing alone 2 houses down, her husband traveling when the grid went out, her 2 teenagers increasingly difficult to feed from whatever they had stocked. She had come to ask if we had anything different, anything that was not the same 4 things they had been cycling through. I gave her 4 cans of Thai green curry. She came back an hour later not to return anything, but to tell me that her son, who had not spoken more than 10 words in 2 days, had eaten an entire can and asked if there was more. Coconut milk base delivering medium chain triglycerides for immediate energy. Green chili and lemongrass providing the specific bright aromatic quality that cuts through the flatness of food fatigue. Bamboo shoots and vegetables adding texture contrast. The flavor is unmistakably specific. Thai green curry does not taste like anything else available in a Western grocery store. That specificity, a flavor that belongs to somewhere else, that carries a cultural identity completely separate from the emergency context, is the psychological reset that family members who have gone quiet sometimes need. 2 to 3 year shelf life. Under $3.50 per can. The curry reached where words could not. Now the dish that my wife said saved day 5. Number 3. Canned chicken tikka masala. Day 6. I stopped thinking about the power coming back. Not because I had given up, because I had stopped measuring the disruption in terms of when it would end, and started managing it in terms of what each day required. That shift happened somewhere around day 5.5, and on day 6, it manifested as a deliberate decision about dinner. I opened the chicken tikka masala and heated it. We had a camp stove and enough fuel, and set the table properly. Plates, spoons, a candle in the center, the tomato and cream sauce. The charcoal-kissed chicken pieces that the canning process somehow preserves. The specific warmth of coriander and fenugreek and cardamom that is immediately recognizable as tikka masala to anyone who has ever ordered it from a restaurant. My family ate at a table, in candlelight, from a camping stove, on day 6 without power. That specific experience, a meal that felt like a choice, served at a table, from a dish with a name and a cultural identity, did something for the family's morale that no amount of plain calories could have achieved. Complete protein, tomato base, delivering lycopene and vitamin C, the cream component, delivering fat for sustained energy, 2 to 3 year shelf life, under $3.50 per can. Dinner became an occasion again. Now the 2 dishes that closed the week. Number 2. Canned lamb vindaloo. Day 7. I reached for the vindaloo because I needed something that demanded attention. Not something mild, not something comforting. Something with enough heat and complexity that eating it required focus, the specific cognitive engagement of processing strong flavors that pulls a person out of the flat emotional state that extended disruption produces. Lamb vindaloo, the Goan dish built on vinegar, dried chili, and slow-cooked lamb, is the most intensely flavored item I had stocked. The heat builds, the vinegar brightness cuts through. The lamb delivers a richness that distinguishes it from every chicken-based alternative. My teenage son, who had been operating on a kind of low-grade autopilot for 6 days, ate it and said it was actually good, unprompted. Without the qualifier that teenagers use when they mean the food is merely acceptable, that unprompted positive assessment on day 7 of a power outage is the clearest evidence I have that lamb vindaloo belongs in a serious blackout pantry, complete protein from the lamb. The vinegar base delivering acidity that supports digestive health. Capsaicin from the dried chilies raising core body temperature measurably. 2 to 3 year shelf life, under $4 per can. Attention demanded and received. And now, the one I saved for last. The one that closed the outage on a note I did not expect. Number 1. Canned butter chicken. Day 8. The power came back at 6:47 a.m. I know the exact time because I had been awake for 2 hours watching for it. The specific vigilance that develops after enough consecutive nights of managing by candlelight. When it came back, I did not immediately turn anything on. I sat in the kitchen in the dark for another 20 minutes, with the last can of butter chicken open on the table in front of me. Butter chicken is the most universally accepted Indian dish available. The tomato and cream sauce is mild enough for children, rich enough for adults. The specific combination of butter, cream, and aromatic spices produces a flavor that registers as luxury, as something expensive, as something that required skill, from a can that cost $3. I had saved it, without consciously deciding to. It had been at the back of the shelf while I opened other things first, and I had not reached for it until the last morning. It tasted like the end of something difficult, like the specific relief of a problem that had resolved, like food that deserved to be eaten slowly. Complete protein from the chicken, the cream base delivering fat, and the specific richness that signals abundance after days of careful rationing. Tomato delivering lycopene, the butter component delivering fat-soluble vitamins, 2 to 3 year shelf life, under $3.50 per can, buy 20, save the last one for when it is over. 7 foods. Every one of them from the Indian and Asian food section, most people walk straight through. Dal makhani, palak paneer, Thai green curry, saag chicken, chicken tikka masala, lamb vindaloo, and butter chicken. Total cost for meaningful quantities, under $100. The grid went out at 11:23 p.m. on a Tuesday in February. It came back at 6:47 a.m. 8 days later. I did not get through those 8 days on rice and beans. I got through them on food that had flavor, identity, and the specific power to make a dark kitchen feel like somewhere a family was choosing to be, rather than somewhere they were stuck. These 7 cans did that. Every single one of them. Subscribe. Next video covers 7 more hidden canned foods from the same overlooked grocery aisles that changed how I think about blackout preparation permanently. Drop a comment. Which of these 7 are you buying this week?